Hey, happy September 25th, 2017. I'm Tiffany Rowan. I've had an amazing day today. Today is actually the second take of this video because as I'm thinking out loud, I figured things out. And after I figured it out, I'm like, we gotta create a whole new video here. Okay. Today I got to attend the 60th commemorative anniversary of the Little Rock 9 desegregating Central High School here in Little Rock, Arkansas. That means on September 25th, 1957, President Dwight Eisenhower commanded the Screaming Eagles to assist and escort these 9 black Americans into Central High School, where the governor had not allowed them to attend before. Okay? Awesome. Awesome experience today. Loved it. Okay. So, today's video is about why when people know their stuff, when you know your stuff, but you just do what you're programmed to do because somebody in authority told you to do it. Okay? Here is the background on today's video. My 15-year-old son builds his own businesses, and we are currently working on the culture of his current business, which is perfect timing because I need to write the culture for my business, Skylark Investments, which is flipping houses. Of course, divine timing always brings you the teacher. Okay, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And so Captain David Marquette of the Santa Fe submarine, okay, wrote this book, Turn Your Ship Around. Now this is actually the workbook. I've been listening to the book on audio, and the story that I'm about to tell you was perfect timing. I'm so glad that I heard it right before this incident happened with my daughter yesterday. I love the book so much. This is bottom-up leadership, okay? I want contractors who know their stuff, will go do their stuff. I'm the expert in what I do. You go be the expert in what you do. You go flip the houses for me. Tell me when you won the next draw and I will show up with a check. I just want that kind of culture, okay? You're the expert. You go do your thing. I be the expert. I go do my thing. Okay. Perfect timing to have this book to teach bottom-up leadership, okay? So much so that I got the workbook and it arrived today. And I feel like that little girl in the graphic who goes, okay, so excited. Arrived today, I can start working on it tomorrow. Okay, let's go back to the story in the book, okay? Captain Marquette describes how the Santa Fe submarine does not have some of the dials and some of the equipment that the ship that he came from had. Therefore, there's one day that they're doing a drill and he gives a command. The chief tells the sailors this command and the sailors don't move. And so Captain Marquette is wondering how come nobody is moving. And they tell him, we don't even have those dials on this ship. And so he looks at the chief and he says, why did you give them that command then? He says, because you commanded me to. So Captain Marquette now sees this new angle of how they need to work on this type of leadership too, that when you know your stuff, just do your stuff, okay? He obviously didn't know that ship. It was a brand new ship to him. Didn't have any time to prepare, so he had to really count on his men to just do their jobs. So, if I hadn't heard that story of grown men knowing their stuff and just sitting there passively by, a chief giving a command for something that he knows better not to do. If I hadn't heard grown men just doing this, if I hadn't heard this story just the day before this happened with my daughter, I wouldn't even know to just let it slide with her, okay? So, yesterday, my 8-year-old Zandy is in the primary program, okay? Primary program, and Children's choir on Mother's Day are my favorite 2 Sundays of the whole year. So I'm really enjoying yesterday. I'm watching a lot of these primary kids who I've either taught in primary at one time or in scouts at one time. And I'm really enjoying the little wiggly legs and trying to sit still for an hour and waiting their turn to give their parts or to sing the next song. Some of them just going up and just delivering it. Some of them who need to read their parts, some of them who just need a prompting. But my Zandy has known her part for 2 weeks. She has rocked her part for 2 weeks. Randomly, for the last 2 weeks, I will ask her to recite her part, and she has her presence, she has her projection voice, she knows to look out over the audience. She doesn't necessarily have to look at anybody if she doesn't want to, but she knows to be looking forward. She knows not to talk too quickly. She knows to talk succinctly and clearly. Rocks her part, okay? So I'm watching my baby girl go step up on the stool, face the audience confidently, and I'm expecting her to just deliver this magnificent part, and she shocks me by looking over at the primary presidency. Listen, prompted, and then Zandy give a part that she already knows. And so at the time I'm sitting there going, why did you do that? Why didn't you just deliver your part? But as time went on, I sat there and thought, my daughter was programmed. How many children were singled out to be programmed that when you stand on that stool to wait for a prompt? Okay, here's the cool part, okay? When I first made this video, I didn't know what to do with that information, okay? I can handle contractors, okay? Doing really great with applying this bottom-up leadership with my 2 teenagers right now. When I first made this video, how am I supposed to use this information with an 8-year-old who's been programmed? Duh, it happens to be on the anniversary of the Little Rock 9. Your hero, Melba, knew her stuff. She knew morally that she was allowed to go to Central High School. She knew legally she could attend Central High School. Therefore, she didn't allow authority, which would be any of those teachers, any of that principal, assistant principal, and especially that governor. She didn't let authority tell her any differently. Any of those 9 knew they would get a better education at Central High School. Okay? Black schools were only teaching blacks to be good in laundry or building or plumbing, okay? That was the extent of what they were expected to be when they grew up in their professions and their careers. Women would go do cooking and laundry, men somewhere in construction and plumbing. That's it. These 9 knew that they would get a better education at a white school. And equal rights had already been put in place. They all knew that it was morally right and legally right. And they knew their stuff, and they went and did it every day anyway, no matter how much they were persecuted, abused, burned, thrown down the stairs, urine put in their lockers to saturate their books, no matter what they went through, insulting names that their own mama would pop their mouth for if they said it. So to be expecting to hear that from other people, they knew their stuff. That's what I'm going to do for my baby love. Baby girl, when you know your stuff, go rock it. Don't be mindlessly programmed by anyone in authority to go do otherwise. Thank you for being here today on this Thinking Out Loud session, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.